Hey alumni, I'm here with Chelsey DeBruin-Colbert, and how does it feel to be back on campus?
Well, it is winter outside, so it really did feel very cold. I don't remember it being that cold when I walked to class, but it was crazy. I can't believe all of the changes on campus. Anybody that hasn't been here for a while really needs to come back and visit. There's this huge new dormitory next to that. I can't even imagine what it looks like inside. We're sitting here inside the Musco Technology Center, which was something that was really being built when we were here. And we got to walk through the PAC, which we were the first class to graduate.
We were.
So it was neat to see that, but the developments that have happened inside of the PAC since we were here, I mean, there's a snack station for heaven's sakes. Like, you can go and get food in between class, and even, you know, just trying to find Jill's office as we walked up today, I went, none of these offices look like they used to look when we were here. So, I mean, I always say, like, we went to Penn when it wasn't that cool, and now there's all of these really cool, amazing things, and we loved it then, so I can't even imagine how students feel about the school today.
You know, as you're back, what has Penn meant to you over the years?
My husband laughs every time I, at least once a week, start a sentence with, you know, well, when I was in college, he just kind of rolls his eyes and goes, I know, when you were in college, it was the best days of your life. I'm like, it was the best days of my life. There were so many things that happened, and I think the first thing was a lot of personal growth. It was really that time of my life where I felt like for the first time I stepped into my own, and something that was really unique to Penn that I don't think that you get to have at larger universities was I was able to be involved in so many different organizations. And with my career today, I'm an entrepreneur, and so I'm constantly everywhere doing everything, and it's changing at the blink of an eye. And you know, everything that I was able to be involved with at Penn really prepared me for that. And Penn really allowed me to just figure out my own stride and figure out how I wanted to run, and being able to have those relationships that I did with the professors so I could get to know them on a personal basis. And honestly, it really is where I met my lifetime best friends. I got married recently, and I had one friend that I knew prior to Penn come, and everybody else was actually friends that I met while I was here at William Penn, and just knowing that they really are my friends for the rest of my life.
So what organizations were you involved in at Penn?
I was involved in everything when I was here, like I said. That was the greatest part. You know, this morning I was digging through a tub of shirts in my attic, and shirts that I dug out were, you know, for my Pi Gamma Xi sorority. I immediately pledged for that the moment that I came here in the fall. And when I think back, I do think that that was one of the greatest things that always kept me here, and so I love that William Penn has the ability for people to be involved in those social organizations. I was on the student government for 3 out of the 4 years I was here. You can't be on it your first year, so obviously 3 out of the 4 years. I was public relations, and I kind of forget what else, and then served as president of student government as my senior year. Then I was a student ambassador. I lived to give tours every single summer because I am a local. I'm from Oskaloosa originally, so I was always here during the year. I was here all summer. That's my favorite now. That's where I met my husband. I gave him a tour. I guess that's not really where I got to know him, but he very well remembers the tour that I gave. And I was a residence assistant, so I was an RA, and with that I was in charge of a lot of the different activities that went on around campus, getting to bring in different entertainers. Okay. And then I was on the President's Diplomats, which was so incredible because now I do have the opportunity to dine with important people at important dinners, I guess you could say, and just the etiquette dinner that we had alone.
Yep.
Doing that, and the opportunity that we had to meet other people, and even the little things about how the Sours worked with us, how to introduce ourselves to other people, has really served me very well in my career. And then last but not least, of course, the business club. I was a part of that. We got to go to New York. That was a blast. So those were just a few of the organizations I know for sure that I was really involved in the most.
Okay. You know, both of us have survived Dr. Wilson's classes.
We did survive Dr. Wilson.
Is he one of your most memorable professors?
He is.
Okay.
I love Dr. Wilson, and I'll definitely have to see him while I'm back today. There are moments in my life where I think my career is really hard, and then I think back to Dr. Wilson's class and I say, if I survive that, I can survive this. And the crazy thing is, you know, in those classes, I think the greatest thing that he did was I actually frequently talk to him about people that I work with, or to people that I work with about him, because he was one of the first people in my life that didn't let me just get by. I never really had to study in school. In high school or college, really, I just could kind of do my thing and get my A's. And he was that person that just really saw that I could do better, and he really graded me on my ability. In my current career, I am a Cadillac sales director with Mary Kay. And so what that means is really I have the opportunity to travel all across the country. In the next few years, I'll be going globally, and I get to work with other women. Really, it's an empowerment company. And so I love the leadership skills that I learned when I was at William Penn really prepared me for that position. Because on a daily basis, what I do isn't as much with the makeup side as it is with really working with women and helping to lead them and guide them and teaching them to lead themselves well and helping them figure out what their greatest strengths are.
So Chelsey, you've been involved with the Alumni Association for a few years. When did you get involved and why?
I got involved in 2012, and it was really because you forced me to. No, you at some point, you said to me, hey, have you ever thought about being involved in the Alumni Association? And it was really at that point where I'd been out of college for a few years, and I was feeling myself become more and more distant with William Penn, which was something that I didn't want, because it was my home and it was a big part of my life. It was my family for so many years. And so I really got involved in it simply because I wanted to stay close to what was so important to me and just make sure that the culture that I loved about William Penn was staying alive.
Okay. As the Alumni Association continues to grow, what do you look forward to in the future?
I really look forward to, especially if I'm serving as a regional member, I look forward to being able to cultivate relationships and develop relationships with people in my region, because like I was saying, it's really hard when I always thought I would never miss a homecoming, and then I moved 12 hours away and I realized, it's not always so easy to make it back from homecoming. And so, being able to continue helping the Alumni Association grow by reaching out to people who went to William Penn, who live in my region, and just reminding them why they fell in love with Penn in the first place. Because I think that the longer that you're away from something, the more that you forget why you loved it when you were there. And so helping people remember why they loved this place, helping them remember why it was their home, and keeping them tied to it. And so just being able to watch our Alumni Association grow and thrive from that.